Welcome back to Tempa Customs and a relatively echoey episode, and I do apologize for that. We have a new shop, which you all know about. We have a makeshift drive to it, which is fantastic. But now to do work, which there's a lot of work that still needs to be done in here. I still need to dig along this wall and get rid of all this the form wood that's in here, and I know it's undermined still in spots, so if I go digging in here, I'm still finding pockets, so I do have to dig this side out. But where we're at is, it's very dark in here. Actually, it's a lot darker than what the camera's picking up. The camera's picking up a lot more light than there is. It's actually quite dark in here. I did pick up myself 10 LED shop lights, and I don't have a ladder that goes all the way to the top where I wanted to put them. So for right now, I think we're gonna stick them in the trusses on the sides and kind of have them shine down from the trusses. But before we can do that, I've realized that I can't have my ladder lean against the exterior skin of the building because it will dent it. So we're gonna have to mount a 2x4 to the ladder. Then we can go up to the trusses, and then we're gonna have to build some out of scrap 2x4, some places to mount the lights to. So first things first, I'm gonna mount a 2x4 to the ladder and make sure that the ladder can then sit between the trusses. And if it can, then we can move on with getting boards up in the rafters. This is hopefully going to be as easy as ratchet strapping a 2x4 to the ladder. So this, that. I'll roughly center it. Actually, I can come down to the rung. Pretty sure I can. See, our best bet of doing this is going to be something like that. Like that. Kind of like that. Our first one's going to be above this doorway. I don't even know if you can see me anymore. Does add quite a bit of weight to the top of it. Here we go. Just watch to make sure it doesn't slide off. Okay, that's gonna work relatively well, enough for me to get my boards up here. Now, the other thing we're gonna need to do is lengthen the cables between the lights, because they're only like 4-foot cables. And there's gonna be a light there, then there's gonna be a space, and then a light there, and then 2 spaces, a light in the middle, and then it's gonna do the same thing on the other end. So I bought some extension cord. We're gonna chop up some extension cord and lengthen the lengthen them about 32 inches per light. So my plan for the light hangers is to take 2x4s, and the kickers that I had, I'm just recycling 2x4s for right now, is to take, this is 62.5 inches, plus at the top there's the angle brackets which take up some space, and these don't have to fit tight anyway. So I'm taking 64 inches wide, 2x4, so I'm gonna have to splice two 2x4s together to get me the length, because the kickers that I put around the building were all 32 inches. So if I put two of those together, it gives me 64 inches. And then I'm gonna put little feet on them, just so the fact that these don't accidentally get pulled out or knocked off, because that would really hurt if that came down, and it would rip out the electrical and stuff like that. So basically a 2x4 with a splice, 2x4s with a splice in it, and then little feet on each end that will rest up in the angle brackets of the roof line. And then I can fasten my lights to the 2x4s, and then we'll wire them together, and that is the plan. So let me, we'll go build one of these, and we'll see how they go. Take these, get them close to lined up, and screw a 2x4 behind them. Again, these are only temporary, but they will do what we need them to do to get us some light till we get actual electrical in there and to get a tall ladder. So we have that, and then that should be 64 inches. $63 3/4, plenty long enough. So now, there it is. So here's what we're going for. This will go up in the rafter. These will hook over the end of the truss pieces so that this can't slide out and fall. And the light will mount right along this track here. So I need to make a total of 10 of these, and we can start putting them up once I get the cords on the lights lengthened. So let me get a couple more of these. We'll do 5, get this one side made up, and then we can do the other side. So let's work on this side. Those 5 are made. Took me about 10 minutes, not a big deal. And again, remember, these aren't structural. These aren't even permanent. So they just have to work till I can get more of this done, and then get power panel put in here and actually get the lighting and everything done. So these are just temporary holders. I thought of, because those are gonna be pretty heavy, I thought of using like PVC pipe and setting PVC pipe right in that trough, and then strapping lights to the PVC pipe, and that would work, and it would have been a lot lighter. But I have these 2x4s. I've got, well, I've got a massive stack of these 2x4s, so I might as well use them instead of wasting money on buying something else. Just keep recycling these till I can't recycle them anymore. So I am going to grab a light, and we'll figure out how much length we need between our lights. It's gonna be like 36 inches, I think, just to make sure we have enough, and we will get the lights, the cords lengthened. The LED lights that I bought are just these real cheapy, like flexible, they look like fluorescent, but they're not. And you can link them all together. So this one will plug into the next light. But again, my spacing's too long, so I can't plug this one into the next light. So my plan for this was to just lengthen the wire, get some more wire, and lengthen these out the length I needed. And I went up to the local hardware store, and wire has gotten expensive. So the cheapest way I found to do what I'm going to do is I bought extension cords. Extension cords are actually cheaper than buying the lights. And since one light has to link to another one, I'm just going to cut off the end of a light where the plug is, cut off 36 inches of the plug end on this one, extend it, and that'll give me the one jumper that I need to the first set of lights. Then from that light over to the middle light, it's almost 12 feet because you have to go 2 bars. So one full extension cord will do that. I'll just plug them together and make them daisy chain across. So cutting these is gonna be way cheaper than actually buying the actual wire to make this look right. So I'm just going to cut, solder them together, tape them off, and they'll be fine for what we're doing now. And you've all seen me solder wire together. This is 110 wire, so you really can't even get it backwards. But I'm gonna try to keep them, there's a ribbed piece of wire and a non-ribbed. I'm gonna try to keep it the same on both, but it really doesn't matter. So you've all seen me solder wires together. It's gonna be the same process, but this is 110 wiring, which you can do, not gonna hurt anything. It's just stranded wire. This is stranded wire. It'll make a good connection. LED lights don't draw any current. It'll be just fine for the time being. So let me get these cut and wired, and then we can start mounting them to the boards and start straining them up along the ceiling here. Okay, I've wired one. And before I go much further with that, let's make sure that our distances are close, or are what we need. So this is gonna go roughly here, but up in the air, obviously. That. This one's gonna go roughly here, like that. Two lights. So this light goes that direction, roughly in the middle. And this light can plug into that light, and this one will go roughly in the middle. Okay, that's all I need to know. Yeah, so I gotta make a total of 4 like that for the ones that go to the outside, because the middle ones are gonna be standard uncut extension cords. So let me do 1 more of those like that, and then we can start putting them up on the other side over here. So what I've got here, I've got 2 lights that are rewired with 36 inches extra of wiring. I've got 2 lights that are just regular out of the box that I'm gonna put extension cords on. And then I've got this light here that I just put 12 feet of extension on it. This is gonna be my last light on this end. This way this cord drops all the way down and will drop all the way down to a level that I can easily plug in and hopefully tie into the other lights across the way. So they both light up at the same time. So I have all these done, they're ready to go up. We're gonna start at that end and work this way because they all plug in together this direction. I was gonna screw them to the board so they come with all the hardware with them to screw them in and make them look really nice. But I decided I would just zip tie them to the boards. 1, because it's faster, and 2, if I need to shift them left or right at all, that's doable once they're up there. So I'm gonna move the ladder down by Ruby, and we can start trying to put these up and see how difficult this is gonna be. Take it nice and easy so it doesn't slide off that beam. Okay, so this should then go. This is gonna have to go over the wall. That. Now I'm stuck. Okay, so there's one. Again, mostly coming down slow and gentle, because if this 2x4 slips off this beam, it's gonna go right through my wall or dent my wall quite a bit. Take our time. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook an extension cord to that one and take it up with me so that I don't have to like go back up and down and pull it. I can just pull it up with the extension cord and it'll be with me at the next light. Make sense? Makes sense to me. We're up here. Set that on top of the ladder. Hopefully it doesn't fall on me. Pull the extension cord up. The length is going to be good. That's fantastic. So now this. Oh, this is going to be a process. Now this one's got to go over. But I have to hook the extension cord to this side. So we're gonna do it we're gonna do it like this first. This over. There we go, like that, perfect. Go up one more step without slipping off this beam. That, and that's plugged in. It's ugly, but it's plugged in. Now this one gets plugged into this extension cord. This has got to go 2 beams over now to above that door. So we'll start by getting it over that front, like that. To connect that one, I'll do the same thing on that side and just run an extension cord down here to connect them both together. Take the ladder down. Let's see if that made a difference. No drum rolls. Because I don't even know if they're all on. I think they're all on. That first one might be off. Well, hold on. Let me get the ladder. Oh, that makes a huge difference. Do that same thing on the other side. That'll give us plenty of light to work in here for right now. Well, you can actually see Ruby. Yeah, I mean, it's not fantastic light, but double that up on the other side, and it'll almost be double the light. Almost. There's no way to figure out how much light that would be. More than this much light. Oh yeah. This is workable light. Again, one more. That side, definitely workable light. But it does let us know whatever these lumens are, which these are something. There's some kind of lumens. 6500K. We probably need a little bit more. Yeah, probably, but yeah, we probably just need a little bit more light to make that be brighter in here. But again, it's so high. This is true. Once we get a reflective surface, it'll help bring that light around. That is those 5 lights. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. and I'll bring you back in when the other side's done. I don't know if that'll be tonight or tomorrow, because I'm gonna go eat dinner. Well, I came out here after dinner and then worked a couple hours to get the other side of the lighting done. It is now pitch black outside, and I am ready to now show you, did these Amazon cheap lights, which cost me $80, did they make a big enough difference in the garage to actually be able to work on cars in there? And let's open the door. So there we go. It's definitely bright, but I'll show you inside here. So yeah, brightness is definitely in here, and it's bright enough to work on a car without a problem. I could definitely work on Ruby and do stuff on Ruby, but I don't know if it's bright enough to really, like, you're not working underneath the car without more lighting, where I was hoping to be able to have it bright enough that it would bounce off of things and light, which it could be the dirt is absorbing a lot of that light, but we'll see. I may have to put lights down here low to help with that, because I hate having trouble lights and lights in the way when I'm working on vehicles. But I mean, I can definitely work on Ruby and do things, or any vehicle, we could put a vehicle in here and work on it without a problem, and be able to at least accomplish something in this garage now. Like I said, I have a lot of work to do still on these sides, so that's more of what this lighting is for, so I can actually work in here and start getting this prepped for the concrete floor. So, do I think the $80 was worth it for what I have? Absolutely. This is definitely bright enough to, these are definitely bright enough that I'm happy with them. Again, temporary for at least how the wiring goes. Eventually, I mean, if I keep these lights, I want to do better ways of holding them, because that can be done better. And we'll put outlets in to plug them into as well. I could actually put one here and one there, and actually have them spaced more evenly. I only got 10 lights and not 12, but 12 would have spaced better, and I can do that. Like, I can order 2 more and actually space them out better. But I'm liking it. I'm liking how it looks. I'm liking the brightness of it, and I'm liking that this space is now even more useful than it was just a few days ago. So that's where we are with that. We are going to end this episode here with more upgrades to the shop. I do promise you there is more automotive content coming. The weather here still isn't 100% one way or the other. We had snow a couple of days ago. It's warm now. It's going to cool back off again. I'm sure we're probably going to get at least one more snow, but I'm hoping that now that I have at least a dry space, I can do a couple of the odds and ends that I want to do on Ruby, like put Nerf bars on her and stuff like that. I can do in this building as it sits. So I promise you there is more car content coming soon. It's not just going to be shop build content, but this shop build content is going to get us to even more consistent car build content. So thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope everybody has a great week.